Well, good afternoon and welcome to Thursday Thought. Sometimes, regardless of your place in life, whether younger or older, working or retired, raising kids or done with that part of life, married, single, regardless of your place in life, there are times when the stresses of everyday modern life they just seem to pile up. Those stresses could be in the form of family relationships, financial issues, work-related issues, or health concerns. Or they could be some of any number of other issues and concerns. Those issues could be mostly of your own making, or they could be things entirely outside of your control. Well, the stress and strain that you're feeling could be relatively mild, or it could be pretty much overwhelming. However, when things seem to begin piling up in life, even the mild stresses can seem to be insurmountable. The human body can handle only so much of that kind of thing before it begins to rebel. And if allowed to go too far, the body can literally shut down in many key areas, rendering someone, pretty much non-functional. Dealing with the stresses of life are part of life and living. It really doesn't matter if you're living in a Western culture like ours, or if you're living in some third world area somewhere. The cause of the stress may be different, but it's there nevertheless. How one deals with stress is vital to the well-being of the human that is being stressed. So how do you handle stress? Well, some work out physically in some way, maybe jogging or walking, maybe at the Y, sports, some other form of physical exertion. Others act in a more subdued manner, perhaps reading a book or listening to music, being in nature, going on a drive, or visiting a friend. Some will find other outlets, shopping, playing games, eating, going to a movie, or something maybe comparable to those things. Personally, I like to sit out in my backyard and just watch and listen. Even in cooler and warmer weather, I like to take in the nature that's there. And it's also in a park there behind our rear fence. I also like to go for a drive at times, mostly in rural areas. Music can be an escape for me as well. Sometimes songs of faith, sometimes the classics, sometimes easy listening, and sometimes some of the rock music of the 1960s. Whatever your way of dealing with the stress of the day, doing so is vital to your well-being and your overall health. Don't cut short your stress-relieving activities. Don't continue to pile stress on top of stress without relief. Your body can take so much, and then it may well say, nope, I'm not going any further. You'll just have to do without me. Then you are forced to deal with stress, whether you want to or not. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet as a stress reliever is something that works surprisingly well for many people. Many people will read, and some read history, some fiction, some maybe read biographies, something like that. But a surprising number of people open their Bibles and read chapters and even entire books from the Bible. That can be an extremely good way to turn down the stress level and to find some answers about what is the bother. Well, my goal with this thought is to keep it short and sweet, but also to help you as you navigate the stresses and strains of life. May God bless you in the days ahead.